MIDA signs MOU with Sasakawa Peace Foundation. The instrument will help conserve ocean and marine fisheries, says Chief Advisor. Hearing on appeal against returning officer's decision for the 13th parliamentary election held for the 5th day today. Candidacy of 73 accepted, 17 rejected. 37,000 BGB personnel to remain deployed for holding peaceful and festive election, says Home Advisor. Trial start against ex-army officer Ziaul Ahsan on charge of forced disappearance, torture and killing. Depositions on February 8. At least 32 killed and 66 injured after crane collapses on train in Thailand. Death toll surpassed 2,500 in anti-government protest in Iran. Pro-Israeli terrorists arrested. Trump threatens stern action. And FIFA World Cup trophy now in Dhaka as part of World Tour. Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is News at 10 on BTV News. I am Imtiaz Ahmed Siddiqui. You just heard the highlights. Let's move on to the detailed stories. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus has said that the Memorandum of Understanding MOU between the Moheshkhali Integrated Development Authority MIDA and Japan's renowned Sasakawa Peace Foundation SPF will help conserve ocean and protect marine fisheries. He made the remarks after witnessing the signing ceremony of the MOU at the State Guest House Jamuna this afternoon. Executive Chairman of MIDA, Chaudhry Ashik Mahmood bin Haroon, and President of the Ocean Policy Research Institute OPRI of SPF, Professor Mitsutaku Makino, signed the MOU on their respective sides to enhance cooperation in fisheries and marine affairs in support of a sustainable blue economy. Dr. Imadul Islam, Senior Research Fellow at OPRI, and Commodore Tanzim Farooq, member of MIDA, were present at the MOU signing ceremony. Speaking on the occasion, the Chief Advisor emphasized the importance of ocean conservation. He further noted that under the MOU, the Sasakawa Peace Foundation, seafood processing and the welfare of fishing communities. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus has stressed that the Bangladesh Shipping Corporation BSC must remain a strong and profitable organization. He said BSC has recently emerged as a profitable organization and this momentum must be maintained. The Chief Advisor made the remarks at a function at the State Guest House Jamuna today as he received a check for 203 crore 47 lakh taka from the BSC. Shipping Advisor Brigadier General Retired Dr. M. Shakawat Hussain and BSC Managing Director Commodore Mahmood Al Malik handed over the check to the Chief Advisor. The amount was handed over to the government as installments under the Subsidiary Loan Agreement SLA signed for repayment of loans taken for 6 ship purchase projects implemented under the organization, along with the government's share from dividends declared for the fiscal year 2024-2025. On the occasion, Professor Mohammad Yunus stressed that future planning should be formulated in such a way that the corporation's income can further strengthen itself and add new ships to its fleet. He said that the inclusion of more ships in BSC's fleet would increase motivation among seafarers and create new employment opportunities. The Chief Advisor also emphasized that trainers of marine academies must be retained by providing them with appropriate honorariums so that they can produce world-class seafarers. According to the BSC officials, through this project, after a long gap of 27 years, 6 commercial ships were added to BSC's fleet during 2018-19 period. Of the 6 ships acquired under the project, 5 vessels are currently engaged in commercial cargo transportation in international maritime trade, proudly carrying the national flag of Bangladesh. It is noteworthy that in its 54-year history, BSc earned its highest revenue in the last fiscal year, generating nearly 800 crore taka in income and achieving a record profit. The 5 ships added to the fleet under the project have played a significant role in this continuous progress. Chief Justice Zubair Rahman Chaudhry paid a courtesy call on President Mohammad Shahabuddin at Bongo Bhavan today. During the meeting, the Chief Justice briefed the President about the overall activities of the judiciary. The President wished the Chief Justice success in strengthening the independence, impartiality and efficiency of the country's judiciary. High officials of Bongo Bhavan were present. Election Commission EC on the 5th day of hearings today resolved 100 appeal applications against the decisions of returning officers for the 13th National Parliamentary election. Of the applications disposed of today, the Commission approved 73 appeals, rejected 17 and kept 10 applications pending for further review. EC Senior Secretary Akhtar Ahmed disclosed the information while briefing journalists at the auditorium of Nirvachan Bhavan in Agargaon after completion of the hearings. He said the Commission has resolved a total of 380 appeal applications over the last 5 days. Of these, 277 appeals were approved, 81 were rejected and 22 applications remained under review. The appeal hearing began at 10 a.m. and concluded at 5 p.m. Chief Election Commissioner A.M.M. Nasiruddin, along with 4 election commissioners, the EC Senior Secretary and concerned officials participated in the hearing. The hearing of all appeal applications is scheduled to conclude on January 18. Home Affairs Advisor Lieutenant General retired Mohammad Jahangir Alam Chaudhry has called on newly recruited Border Guard Bangladesh members to uphold the force's image by embodying discipline, professionalism and the core values of the organization. The advisor said honesty, intelligence, reliability, loyalty and enthusiasm are the criteria for the discipline and professional skills of a force. The new soldiers will uphold the tradition of the force by reflecting these qualities. He made the call in concluding parade and oath-taking ceremony of 104th batch of the new BGB recruits this morning at Chattogram. The Home Affairs Advisor said this 230-year-old traditional force has become a well-organized, smart, disciplined and professional patriotic force over the course of the time. He said, as the watchful guard of the border of the country, the BGB is playing an effective role in safeguarding the integrity of the motherland by ensuring security within the 4,427 kilometers long frontiers. The BGB has been able to earn the trust of the countrymen by performing its noble tasks with efficiency and professionalism. He called upon the new soldiers to remain vigilant in fulfilling the great responsibility of protecting the sovereignty and integrity of the country, being imbued with the BGB's 4 basic principles: morale, brotherhood, discipline and efficiency, and fulfilling the duties assigned to the BGB in an orderly manner. Referring to the upcoming general polls, the Home Advisor said about 8,17,000 security personnel will be engaged to successfully holding the elections. As many as 37,353 members of the BGB will be deployed at some 467 apostolates across the country, he added. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Sayyida Rizwana Hassan has said that nation building is not the responsibility of elected representatives alone. Every citizen also has a role to play. She made the remarks today while attending an event marking the 75th anniversary of Vikarun-Nisa Noon School in the capital. The Information and Broadcasting Advisor said the next generation must be shaped into politically conscious citizens. She noted that change was possible because a generation stood up against irregularities over the past 16 years. Clarifying that politics does not simply mean joining a political party, she said, being vocal about people's rights and the nature of state governance is also part of politics. She also urged everyone to be conscious about using jute bags instead of polythene bags. The International Crimes Tribunal has ordered the framing of formal charges and the commencement of trial against former Major General Ziaul Hassan in a crimes against humanity case involving 3 specific allegations of enforced disappearances, torture and killings of more than 100 people during the long rule of the ousted Awami League government. The opening statement and witness examination in this case will begin on February 8. International Crimes Tribunal 1, led by Justice Ghulam Murtaza Majumdar, issued the order today. Earlier, the prosecution concluded the charge framing hearing on January 4 after submitting an application to frame charges and begin trial, outlining the background of the 3 allegations against Ziaul Hassan. Claiming that Ziaul Hassan has no involvement in the 3 charges brought by the state, his lawyers held a hearing on January 8 seeking his discharge. Later, Chief Prosecutor Mizanul Islam briefed journalists. He said, "The prosecution has brought allegations against Ziaul Hassan for the enforced disappearance and killings of 104 people." Meanwhile, the International Crimes Tribunal ICT2 set January 20 for placing arguments in the crimes against humanity case filed over the killing of Begum Rokeya University Rangpur student Abu Saeed during the July mass uprising. The 3-judge panel of the International Crimes Tribunal ICT2, led by Justice Muhammad Nazrul Islam Chaudhry, passed the order as the testimony in the case came to an end today. A total of 25 prosecution witnesses, including the investigation officer, testified in the case. Chief Prosecutor Mahmoud Tajul Islam, prosecutors Muhammad Mizanul Islam and Ghazi M.H. Tamim took part in the hearing for the prosecution, while Advocate Aminul Ghani Titu argued for the accused former BRUR proctor Shariful Islam, and Advocate Sujad Mia stood as state-appointed defense counsel for the other fugitive accused. In the morning, a total of 15 accused, including Ziaul Hassan, who were arrested in these cases, were produced before the tribunal. Brigadier General Retired Abdullahil Aman Azmi met with BNP Chairman Tariq Rahman. The meeting took place at the BNP Chairman's office at Gulshan in the capital tonight. Aman Azmi is the son of former Jamaat leader Professor Ghulam Azam, who was kept in solitary confinement for many years under fascist regime. During the meeting, Aman Azmi handed over the book he wrote about his life in captivity to Tariq Rahman. Abdullahil Aman Azmi signed the condolence book for the death of undisputed leader of democracy and 3 times former Prime Minister Begum Khaleda Zia. BNP Standing Committee member Nazrul Islam Khan has said there are concerns about fake voting and illegal transactions in the upcoming parliamentary election. He expressed the concern at a press conference at BNP's Central Election Management Office at Gulshan in the capital today. Nazrul Islam Khan further said that the margin of vote may be affected solely by where the symbols appear on the ballot paper. He called upon the Election Commission to reprint the ballot papers to ensure free, fair and impartial election. The country is heading towards an upcoming general election and referendum. The referendum has opened a new chapter, creating scope for the direct opinion of the common people. Their views are expected to play a role in shaping the future structure of the state. To learn about public expectations regarding the polls and the referendum, Bangladesh Television visited Chandpur, known as the capital of Hilsa fish. People in this riverport city are actively discussing the election and the accompanying referendum. However, opinions remain divided. While many believe the polls will help turn their aspirations into reality, others remain uncertain. They are not fully convinced whether the candidates will keep their promises and implement development projects in a transparent and effective manner. Chandpur has 5 parliamentary constituencies with a total of 23,31,000 voters. Among them, around 12 lakh are male voters, while 11,30,000 are female voters. Voters are closely analyzing the candidates and assessing the possible impact of their victory. Female voters are expected to play a decisive role in determining the election outcome. They expressed hope that their chosen representatives would ensure women's safety, improve living standards, create ethical and friendly workplaces, and ensure effective participation of women in decision-making. Voters also voiced concern about the future of the local economy. They expect future leaders to take initiatives to strengthen the economic foundation of the region. They further expressed hope that accountability, transparency and discipline in financial and economic activities would accelerate the development process, and that future lawmakers would adopt pragmatic policies to achieve sustainable economic progress. After many years of relentless price hikes, people across the country are now vocal about their demands as the next general election is knocking at the door. Access to daily necessities at affordable prices, along with a guarantee of a more comfortable standard of living, has emerged as a core demand of public life. As part of repairing the state, there is a growing call to curb the inflation and bring positive changes to the market system. Voters are urging political parties to clearly spell out before the election what steps they will take to ensure a normal, syndicate-free market. Alongside prioritizing social stability and law and order before and during the vote, voters said a special emphasis must be placed on keeping the prices of essentials, food items under control. In recent years, various initiatives have been announced to stabilize the market for daily essentials, but the problems have remained unresolved. In this fragile context, voters said they want a government that will take bold and effective measures by addressing the crisis at its root. People from all walks of life aspire to see the vision of an affordable market materialize as part of a new and reformed Bangladesh. As the holy month of Ramadan approaches shortly after the February election, consumers insist that concrete assurance of effective price control are urgently needed. And now international news.